Today we're going to be doing an oil change on our Cjaa 2011 A3, also the same as the Jetta. That's the oil filter that we need. Drain plug is there as well. It's a 19 millimeter. First off, we're going to open the hood there, take off the engine cover, remove oil cap, loosen dipstick as well. And you only need a few tools. I'm going to loosen up those vacuum lines right there because I did do a cold weather kit on this thing. It did suck up water during the winter, so we had to thankfully it's under warranty, but we put a cold weather kit so that doesn't happen through the intercooler. So it's a 32 millimeter socket, and we're going to put a 3/8 extension and loosen that up for the cartridge filter on the top there. It is kind of difficult to snake through there. Some people loosen the coolant line. It makes it a little bit easier, but I prefer just to snake it through. And we're going to pull the filter out. It does look quite smushed in, so it is time to do that filter. Looks like it's been having a hard time sucking through that filter. So we're going to take that off with the screwdriver and then take the O-ring off as well and dump the oil that's in the cap. Put in the oil filter until it clicks. Put the new O-ring on. There. And then install. Just want to show you the groove. Should be the wide groove at the bottom. Move that coolant line and then stick the oil filter in there. Then we're going to use the extension with the 32 millimeter socket on there to tighten that up. Should be 25 Newton meters. And just hand tight because the O-ring is the sealing portion. Next, we're going to fill up washer fluid. And then rack up the car and drain oil from the bottom. I have some other videos that are pretty extensive on how to lift these vehicles, usually Volkswagen, Audi, there's little arrows. It's pretty self-explanatory how to lift these vehicles up. And there we go. T25 to remove all the screws on the bottom. Then I have that just in an impact driver with an extension that I usually use. And then my back bolts are 3 10 millimeter bolts, usually they're a T45. And there's one in the front that I'd missed, so I got that out and pulled the belly pan off there. Then we're going to drain all the oil out of the vehicle. That is a 19 millimeter that we're loosening. And then usually while oil drains, I like to fill up tire pressures. These are the snow tires that I put on the vehicle. I have a video on how to mount and balance these snow tires that I have on my A3. So I'm going to fill these up to 39 psi all the way around. Then the new 19 millimeter drain plug with the captive washer is going to go in and tighten that up. Then wipe off excess oil so it doesn't look like it's leaking. Use an extra tug on there and make sure it's tight. Then we put the belly pan on. Those are sometimes tricky to put in. And you want to have those nipples on the front of the belly pan seat in there pretty well. Should hold it pretty steady, and then put the 10mm bolts, or in your case probably T45s back in, or maybe T30s, depending on what you have, whatever works. And then put those T25s back in. We're going to lower the car. And we're going to fill it up with 030 Castrol Edge. And it takes 4.6 quarts of oil. And put the oil cap back on, put the engine cover back on, put the dipstick down, which I did previously. We're going to start it up, run for a couple seconds, fill up that oil filter, and then check oil level, make sure we're right there. So I turned the car back off, and now I'm checking oil level. Looks like we're right where we should be, right at the top. And then the next portion, I am going to reset SRI, so if you want to do that, you can watch the next portion of the video. I'm using Rostec, Bagcom, VCDS, those are all names for the same program that you can download online and then get the dongle, which is I think around $100. So I'm going to put that in the OBD2 port down below. Plug it into the USB, open up the program. The SRI is reset, and then we're going to go through the instrument cluster and then make sure it did reset fully. 10,000 miles, 365, that sounds about right. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed.